What's up, peeps? Nick Battle, aka NinosCorner, man. Today we're going to talk about sports and how the COVID-19 virus is actually affecting the sports world out there. Guys, we're missing as a whole a lot when it comes to sports. I'm losing the basketball season, which has been actually suspended indefinitely since we had two members, from the Utah Jazz actually got the virus. We have no season. The season is not going to happen, guys. I'm hoping it does, but it's not going to happen. This is also going to bleed into the football season, also. So college football, they're not having your summer camps, your spring games. It's hurting kids who are trying to get drafted to the NFL in next week's draft. Through the pro days not happening now, the kids who had combines who didn't show up as expected, they can't go actually have a second go around at the pro days. So guys who didn't get invited to the combine don't have an opportunity to showcase their skills to the scouts and in person. Yeah, let's go to basketball first. I think the guy that is going to hurt the most is LeBron James. This is his 17th season. He's balling out of control right now. I think he's averaging 26 points, a shade over 10 assists. He's actually leading the NBA in assists. About 8 rebounds, so he's kind of on that fringe area of a triple double. But this is year 17 for him. He's not getting any younger. I think this is like the healthiest he's been in a long time because he's been arrested since having a growing injury last year, and his team missing the playoffs. He got a chance to rest. You got to think this guy went to what 10? Is it 10 finals? He has a sidekick now who's not a sidekick. He's one of the top 5 players in the league. Anthony Davis, who's probably the best player that James has probably played with in his whole career. And there's no shade to guys like, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, and he played with Shaq in his older years. But that's no shade to those guys. Anthony Davis is probably by far, I wouldn't say probably, he's by far the best player that LeBron James has played next to on any team that he's played in. Yeah, it hurts them. I think that they were clicking at the right time, especially like right after the All-Star break. It's the healthiest also that Anthony Davis has been. We all know that he's kind of an injury-prone kind of guy, nicks and scrubs and things like that. So he gets mixed up, like quite a bit. Ankle injuries, shoulder injuries, the whole nine. But he's been very healthy this year. LeBron James is very rested, and they're balling out of control. They got the number 1 seed in the West, and I think it's a 2-team race between them and the Clippers, and they got the better hand of the Clippers in this last game that they played prior to the shutdown. And it's like that team's gelling, and the Clippers were not gelling. And I thought that was the point in which the Lakers were going to solidify themselves as the best team in the league from that point on. And then here comes COVID-19. But it just doesn't hurt the Lakers. It does hurt the Clippers. It hurts the Bucks, who are rolling. It hurts the Celtics, who I think those are the 4 teams that have a legit shot at winning this thing this year. You got Houston also. Houston's a good team, but for them to win 7 games against James or Leonard, I'm not putting my money on that. But it hurts them because you got a guy like, it hurts them, meaning it hurts the Lakers, because you have a guy like LeBron James who, like I said, 17th year in the league, and he's playing out of his mind. He's playing better than some guys who are 21, 22 years old, but he is a guy who is a 17-year veteran, and no matter how young you feel, you're still what your age is. Your bones don't get any younger; they still get older. But I don't know what he keeps doing. He pulls out these miracles with his body. He knows what he's doing when it comes to getting prepped up and getting ready. So he is an amazing player. He's one of the top 2 players of all time. And it's just sad to see that the season had to end this way. It's not official yet, guys. There could possibly be a season. And we've seen some of the quotes from, like guys like LeBron and like the Steph Currys and all, that they understand if it's canceled. But, I think James said that he would be like very, very disappointed if the season was canceled, and there'd be like no closure. And I totally understand his position there, because I know he sees that his window's kind of shortening here, and this is probably the best team that he's had fielded in front of him in a long time. So it's going to hurt, James on the basketball side of the house. But let's take a look at the football side of the house. You got a guy like Tom Brady who just signed a 2-year deal with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and this is by far probably the most talent he's had at the wide receiver position in a long time with Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. And he's not getting any younger either. But his is a little different. The NFL is a quarterback's league, and they make rules to where it definitely benefits the quarterback, and the quarterback's not going to get hit as much. But he's still an older player. He didn't have his best season last year, but was that because of him, or was it because he didn't have the quality players that he needed around him at the wide receiver position? I do recall last year when they had Josh Gordon and AB for a little bit, Brown for a little bit. That for those, I guess, 2 games that Brown was there, or that 1 game that he was there, where he caught a touchdown too, like it looked like it was seamless. So, once he has the talent around him, Brady by far is going to make some things happen. But it does hurt him because now it's time to get your playbook in front of you and start doing routes with each other and learning each other's tendencies, and that's not going to happen. He just doesn't have that time. So it's going to hurt, our greats, like the GOATs of this generation when it comes to the sports, like this year. And it's also going to hurt those kids who are supposed to get drafted. Like for the NFL and the NBA also. There's no March Madness, so kids can't showcase their talent. March Madness brings out a bunch of stars that we never would have seen if it wasn't for March Madness. Think about Ja down there from Memphis. Ja Morant was amazing in March Madness, and he kind of got his name out there. True basketball fans, always knew who he was, but the national stage got to see him, and that definitely elevated his draft stock up to be the 2 pick in the draft that year behind Zion. And so, yeah, I mean, it's going to decrease some opportunities for some players and some prospects. However, it's just going to bring about another way to which players and prospects can get their data and their information to scouts, Zoom and virtual practices and virtual things of that nature. So, on that note, that's going to be it for the sports section, but let's dive into some music here, guys. I just saw a post. Fat Joe was on an IG Live with Swiss Beats, and Ja Rule called in. He put him on speakerphone, and Ja Rule wants to have a hit battle between him and 50 Cent. Now, for hip hop, if you guys don't know the beef and the battles between 50 and Ja, do your research and quickly exit off of this podcast because you don't know what you're talking about. But these guys had some hits, guys, and I saw a lot of people in the comments saying 50's gonna smash him. Just put on his first album, he'll smash him. Yeah. All right. I mean, 50 had hits. He did. He had a bunch of hits, but people keep sleeping on Ja Rule and the hits he had. And he had some hits that were like pop hits that when he puts them on, the ladies are gonna go crazy. And when you have a female fan base that is gonna back you, oh man, you just don't know how deep a battle can get. Ja Rule's hits, guys. Always on Time. Mesmerize. Living It Up. Down as B. Between Me and You. Oh man. Holla Holla. Ooh. Wonderful song. Can I Get a with Jay-Z. With Lil Wayne. That was dope. I Cry. New York. The anthem. That is the anthem, guys, for that city. Put It On Me. He had hits, guys. 6 Feet Underground was a hit. He had hits, guys. I can talk that stuff you want to. Ja had hits, but 50 had them hits too, man. I think, Kill 'Em All was a dope song too. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just kind of going through a bunch of his hits. But 50 had hits too, man. Let's go do some of 50 songs, man. In the Club. Shut It Down. PIMP, just a little bit. Many Men was one of my favorite songs. 21 Questions. The song with Justin Timberlake, Ayo Technology. Window Shopper. Best Friend. Man. Hustler's Ambition was dope. Wankster, which if he plays that, I would think 50 would probably play that as the last song of that 20 song rotation. Hated to Love It with The Game. That was a big record. What up, blood? What up, cuz? What up, blood? What up, gangsta? That one, oh my God. I whoop your head, boy. Man, I would love to see it. I don't know if 50 will do it. I don't know if 50 wants to give Ja Rule any more shine. I don't know if he wants to give him that platform, but I think it would be like an amazing thing for hip hop. These guys will never squash their beef; it goes too deep. But what if for one night, hip hop fans could have that a battle between 50 Cent and Ja Rule for a hit battle? And I think we all know that 50 would probably win the battle, but it wouldn't be a landslide like people are saying. Ja had hits, man. He had some hits. Ja and Murder Inc. ruled the industry for a while. And ruled, like, no pun intended with Ja Rule, but they ruled the industry for a nice era. You had Ja and Murder Inc. You had those days. You had Rough Riders. You had Cash Money. And I think they all went on tour together. And of course, you had Rockefeller. But man, I mean that was a hell of a genre. I mean, that was a hell of a decade. A great time in music. I think it would be an amazing battle. I would love to see it. I would love to see those two just on Instagram Live, just looking at each other on Instagram Live, knowing that they want to tear each other's heads off, and maybe it'll spark a point to where these guys can say, "Hey man, we're old man with kids now, man. Let's chill." But I know it runs deeper than that, guys. It runs much deeper than that. But just want to put that into the air. But the next DJ battle, guys, looking at Timberland and Swizz's their Instagrams. Babyface versus Teddy Riley, and golly, that's gonna be a good one, man. I cannot wait to listen to that one. They said, the Babyface and his family had the COVID-19 virus, man. So that's why things didn't go off from the first shot. So it's scheduled for, I think, in a couple weeks. But prayers out and shouts out to Babyface for their whole family actually, getting through the COVID-19 phase, and they're all tested negative for the virus. So hats off to them for that. But hey, guys, on that note, let's go to a small commercial break, and I'll hit you back on the other end.